Welcome to the second edition of What's in My CBCS Box. If you've been following me on Facebook, you know this box is from the recent Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo, where I did a vendor spot for Super Awesome Hero Comics. I got to meet Chris Claremont and Mike Grell to have them sign a few books for me and to submit with CBCS, who was there. And these books finally came in, and I finally get to open them for you. So let's crack open the box and see what grades we've got. Now, I have not looked at the grades online since being notified that they were shipped, so I have no idea what these are going to be, so you'll get my initial response. And we got a very heavy small box. So this might take just a second here, because I do appreciate them, as always, packing these very well. I like to make sure everybody gets to see the experience of how exciting it is to open something you've been looking forward to since March. I've been wondering some of these books what the grades are. We're getting there. Almost there. Tape. Alright, bubble wrap is gone. Get that out of the way. Alright, so we'll start with the first box here. Looks like we're going to start with one of the new stories that have been pretty epic so far. It's called God Country. And our number one first print came back at a 9.8, which is super sweet. If you haven't read this story yet, oh my god, it is so amazing. I highly recommend you pick this one up. They're on issue 4 right now with 5 about to come out, and I still can't wait for 5. That is a very good grade, a 9.8 for a number 1. Alright, what we got here? Gambit, Volume 1, Number 1, Gold Edition. I thought this was very interesting because when I handed this over to CBCS Kendra, she said she's seen a lot of books, but she's never seen this one, which I find amazing because this was a very decent series, as small as it was. Sold a lot of copies, but of course the gold ones were always a low print. At a 9.8, that makes this book very super sweet. Alright, book number 3. I really love this cover. I miss Hastings covers since they went out of business, but this was definitely a good one. Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1. I liked how they did the sketch variant but kept the color in Batman's belt and the Ninja Turtle masks. It was very great artwork in my opinion, so I had to get my copy of this graded. And at a 9.8, well worth sending it off. Alright, we're on to box number 2 now. We're into some of the signatures. Alright, first up, we've got Mike Grell's signature on Green Lantern number 90. I love this cover. This is so badass with Green Arrow, Green Lantern jumping out of the lantern. Truly one of my favorite covers that he did. And it's graded at an 8. Pretty good, actually, considering. This book is very hard to find in near mint. I'll settle for a very fine. Wolverine's always one of my favorite characters. And not many people can have this in a near mint grade because Marvel Comics Presents was not really a highly sought after book, but it's one of the storylines I like that Claremont did. And 9.4, pretty sweet on this one. Gonna enjoy that one a lot. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Everybody loves X-Men. Claremont signed my number 142, where it went from X-Men to Uncanny X-Men. You can see Wolverine getting his butt kicked by the Sentinels. This is, of course, as I said, everybody dies here. Luckily, the X-Men can always change the past and the future and wherever else they want to go. Love that grade. That's awesome. And everybody, just about everybody's a Gambit fan. I had to get my Uncanny X-Men 266 signed. Gambit's first appearance by Chris Claremont, one of the many characters he helped create. 9's not bad for this book. I actually find that pretty decent. Alright, wow, we're already on to the last box, and I know what's in it, and I can't wait to see what these grades came out to be. I wonder which book is going to be on top to find out. And it is my favorite book, though I am disappointed at the grade. Ouch. My X-Men 94, Chris Claremont's first book. I am shocked. I thought this book was in better condition. I'll have to check the grader's notes on it. I assumed at least maybe a 6 on this, but I only got a 3.5. Still an awesome story, still a great book. I thank Chris Claremont for writing these stories because they were just super awesome. But it's still a really nice cover, even at a 3.5. Most covers at 3.5 don't even look that good. Alright. Next book. Another first appearance. First appearance of the Phoenix. Signed by Chris Claremont. Another character he managed to create. This was probably one of the best stories X-Men's done. In fact, they've redone it so many times in the movies it's getting kind of ridiculous. But Chris Claremont did it the best. If you haven't read the Phoenix Saga, I highly recommend you go pick that one up. It is a classic. Alright, now for one of the number one selling books of all time, we have X-Men number 1, done by Claremont and Jim Lee. Unfortunately, I've only gotten Claremont's signature on this, but it came at a really sweet 9.8 grade. Very high, very stoked about that. That is super awesome. That is super awesome. Oh, looks like we got the paperwork for all my fun stuff with, Kendra Hayden was the person who took my order. I knew it was Kendra something. And we have one last book that we managed to get submitted. And it was our Days of Future Past book. Classic cover, as you can see, signed by Chris Claremont. I thought this book would have came back at a 7.5 maybe. I was hoping. But I'll settle for a 6.5. It's still pretty cool. And as you can see at the top there, it's got quite a few first appearances on it. Oh man. This is definitely an awesome book. And I'm glad you got to sit here and watch me open these. I'm actually starting to enjoy this. I'm looking forward to when I get my third order done and get to show you guys how cool these books are. I hope you enjoy this video and share it amongst your friends. Alright, you guys take it easy and we'll see you next time.